And ABC News political director Rick Klein and ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmire join me now for more. Rick, the Colorado GOP is now threatening to withdraw from the state primary altogether and hold a party-run caucus instead. How significant is that?
This ensures chaos in the political system as well as the legal system well into 2024. Colorado, in the Republican Party, they can basically do what they want, and they can pull the plug on a primary entirely and then do a caucus instead. The RNC tells me that they would likely go along with such a plan, but it doesn't answer the larger question about whether President Trump is even qualified to run again, which is how the Supreme Court came down. So even if this isn't about delegates, even if it isn't about electoral votes, we're talking about significant uncertainty just weeks before voting begins for Republicans to select a nominee.
Now, Brian, the dissenting justices argue that Trump has not been convicted of an insurrection-related crime and that he's not being afforded due process here. How strong is that legal argument?
It's actually probably one of the strongest legal arguments he has, but to combat that, and this was a split decision, 4 voting to disbar or disqualify Donald Trump and 3 dissenting. To combat that, the 4 are saying that the congressional decision in the January 6th investigation is what they're relying on, and there are what's called self-executing factors within the Constitution. For example, I can't be a president of the United States because I'm not born in this country, and someone under the age of 35 can't either. There's no due process there. It's just the rule is the rule. And so the question is this rule of insurrection and rebellion similar to those qualifying features, or is it something that needs to be litigated through due process?
Rick, how could this affect Trump politically?
Well, I think in the immediate term, it's likely to be a boon to his candidacy. All of his major rivals, save Asa Hutchinson, are saying that this is an inappropriate ruling, that the court should not be the ones deciding. It should be voters deciding. And to that end, we've only seen Donald Trump get stronger politically, despite all the legal challenges. And he incorporates it into his campaign message, as Rachel just reported. It's about the attempts to try to bring him down, in his view. It's about the Biden administration weaponizing justice. Even though this has nothing to do with Joe Biden, that's the way it's being cast. That's the way it's being framed. Talking to voters, a lot of them believe it, a lot of them feel it, and a lot of them say all of it makes them even more likely to support Donald Trump.
Brian, Trump's now vowing to appeal this all the way to the Supreme Court. If they rule on this, could that affect other primaries in other states or even the general election?
Absolutely. Right now, the Colorado decision is bound to Colorado based on how their election code works. But their interpretation of the article in the 14th Amendment saying whether or not Trump is a person who was an officer of the United States or was in office, or whether or not this is insurrection or rebellion, could reverberate and affect all states around the country in the sense of what is the definition of this pre-Civil War Constitution that really hasn't been argued since that time.
All right, Rick Klein, Brian Buckmire. It's an interesting one to unpack, that's for sure. Thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.